PTF and JK back with you for our friends at DK Horse. Download that DK Horse app today. We're going to be talking about the heavyweight title fight that is happening Saturday at Saratoga Race Course for the Belmont at Saratoga. Journalism versus sovereignty. JK, your initial thoughts on who holds the edge?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's going to be the fitness of journalism, right, versus the freshness of sovereignty. I'm a huge believer in good trainers run horses when they're ready to run, and I feel like Michael McCarthy is that. He ran journalism in the Preakness because he was ready to run in the Preakness. And I think we're going to get journalism's lifetime best performance coming in to this Belmont Stakes. If we weren't, I feel like Michael McCarthy would hit pause and point for something later in the summer. He's not the type of trainer that's going to chase an opportunity. He's going to try to set his horses up for the best opportunity. And look, part of me selfishly wants journalism to be rewarded for fighting all the fights and dancing all the dances rather than what we saw from sovereignty.
Now, normally, I would be inclined to agree, and I'm not saying ultimately I'm not going to pick journalism in this race, but for the sake of this video and this specific question about what's better, the sharp horse or the horse with a target, the fact that Bill Mott's calling the shots for sovereignty makes me a little bit in this one area of condition want to go in this direction. Get out your bingo cards, people, because from the very earliest days we were doing podcasts together, 10 years ago now, JK, we've talked about Bill Mott with a target. Very clearly, the Preakness would not have been the target. That would have been him relying on the previous training, running the horse back in 2 weeks. He decided it's better for his horse to wait this extra time and turn up at the Belmont with a still fresh horse. That's got to be at least a potential sticking point for those in the journalism camp, no?
And I would think it has to be. I mean, it's definitely something you want to take into consideration. It's not like it's some run-of-the-mill trainer making that decision. It is a Hall of Famer in Bill Mott. But I will say this. I think all people can agree that I think we're very fortunate to potentially have another great rivalry in racing. We've got Sovereignty, who beat Journalism in the Derby. We've got Journalism, who came back and won the Preakness. We're going to have a rubber match now in the Belmont Stakes. There's a huge chance, no matter what happens here, we'll have another opportunity to see these horses line up against each other in the DraftKings Travers, and then they can show up into the big dance of the Breeders' Cup Classic, and who knows, maybe even get one of them back as a 4-year-old or both of them back as a 4-year-old. I think racing would have loved to have had a Triple Crown, but I'll settle for a really good rivalry.
The next best thing certainly is to have the Derby and Preakness winners square off. I do have one more question for you, but before I get to it, JK, I do want to tell the viewers to let us know what you think down there in the comments. Who holds the edge? Is it the sharp horse Journalism? Is it the horse who's been pointed for this spot with a little bit of a break in Sovereignty? And hey, while you're in the comments, if you haven't already subscribed to the In the Money Media YouTube channel, please do so. We have our big push for 14,000 subscribers. Hey, I'll settle for 13, to be honest with you, but hopefully we're going to get to 14. Want to let you know about the $200,000 Belmont Stakes King of the Track. Opt in and place a minimum $5 straight win bet on a single horse in the Belmont Stakes for a share of the $200,000 prize pool. Rewards will be available via click to claim. To learn more, go to dkhorse.com or download the DK Horse app. Now, the last question, and this will people have probably already, while we're talking, put in this comment, you guys have it all wrong. Journalism versus sovereignty. What are you talking about? Because Baeza and maybe some other horses are going to have a say in this too, potentially. Who do you think might be the main threat to the big two on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, Journalism's beat Baeza twice. Sovereignty's beat him once. I would think that probably the main competition there would be Rodriguez, because he's got a weapon that none of them have, which is speed.
Great stuff, JK. Make sure you subscribe to the In the Money Media YouTube channel for much more great Saratoga content. Saratoga, Belmont at Saratoga as well. We're going to be with you all summer long here on the channel. Subscribe and drop a comment down below.